And good morning, welcome back to Morning Live. A look now to sports news in this hour. Now, South Africa's top boxers will be given recognition for their excellence in the ring in the past year at the annual South African Boxing Awards, which will be held in Durban on Friday at the International Convention Centre. Joining us this morning is the Boxing South Africa acting CEO, Mr. Erick Sithole, and two boxers who have excelled in the ring in the past year, Cayden Truter as well as Bukiwe Nonina, who are part of the nominees. Good morning. Thank you so much for joining us this morning.
Good morning. Good morning.
Bukiwe, I'm going to start with you because I think it's been such an interesting time for women in boxing in South Africa. And after, what happened with boxing with COVID-19 and finally having the awards back, and this year you're nominated for the Female Boxer of the Year. How does that make you feel?
It made me feel so good because remember after COVID, I took some time away, but still I came back, and then we made sure that they still remember us on the awards, because this is not my first time. This is my fourth time being nominated in the same category. So this makes me so awesome. I'm still breaking records because there's no other boxer is nominated the fourth time in this award and took it twice. So
you are the record breaker.
This is my thing.
And for you, Cayden, you're nominated this year in the Prospect of the Year. How do you feel about your nomination, and just generally how your boxing career has been up until this point?
It's actually been really amazing. Since COVID, it's gone a bit slow, but after COVID, things were able to pick up quite fast. And with Colin in my corner, we've managed to cover a lot of ground, do a lot of good things, and I think up until this point it's been really amazing. I've managed to really push far and do well, and with this nomination I can only thank the Lord and Colin for helping me and my team. So I am really excited for this awards. BSA has really done an amazing job on this, so really happy.
And for our viewers at home, that is, of course, Colin Nomaganjani Nathan. Mr. Sithole, BSA, for the longest time in South Africa, we've been talking about boxing is back, boxing is back, boxing is back. And we're starting to see that glimmer of hope in terms of just having boxers being able to also just sustain themselves a little bit from boxing. Yeah.
First of all, let me start by congratulating the three of you for being nominated to...
Oh yes, I am a nominee.
Look, this year we decided to theme this event as celebrating resilience, meaning that we are coming from a very difficult period, trying season due to COVID. There were times when we thought this event would never take place. There were times we thought maybe just boxing is gone, because I remember what our licenses went through due to regulations that we had to implement, for instance, bio-bubble process, which was very, very costly to them. But we overcame that. Today we are here. We came back in 2022, January, and we started making moves. As a result, we are sitting today here, the year of 2022-2023, with 86 tournaments, having Eastern Cape, Gauteng, Western Cape, and KZN leading. And we are grateful to our promoters, to our licenses and boxers who were participants during the year 2022-2023, and hence why we are celebrating them this year on Friday, Durban ICC.
Indeed. Bukiwe, your journey as a female boxer hasn't been easy, and so much so that there was a point in time when you said, I am walking away from this boxing, I'm taking time out. Talk to us about that period for you in your life when you decided to step away for boxing for what was about 2 years, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, it was almost 2 years, but I didn't step out of the gym. I was out. I didn't want it to be inside the ring, because in 3 months in between, I lost my manager and my dad. So I was dealing with a lot. Luckily, I had people behind my back. I had my family. I had Umam Joyce, always, TLB, always having my back. I had to sit down, and then I think to rebuild my confidence, because losing a manager and someone who used to train you as your father, you lose everything that make you feel to go to the ring again. like I had nothing behind me that will say, go to the ring again. Except Mom Joyce was like, okay, baby, let me give you this time that you need. And she will call every day. Let me give you this time that you need. And then you decide if you want to come as a boxer again or you want to come to do something else. I said, okay, let me come as a boxer and then I want to change the weight. She didn't question that. She quickly gave me, when I said I'm ready, she quickly gave me a fight. That is why I'm having 5 fights to the new weight. And then I made it different. I already have a title on this weight because she made me already make me feel like I'm already on my track. Not like I will feel like I had wasted a lot of time being not active in the ring. So we work so hard towards my ratings back, because I was rating #1 in bantam in the world. I was supposed, when we had COVID and I lost my dad the day of the COVID, we already signed the contract for IBF world title. I was rating #1. So now she's in that process to push me to those ratings again. More than 5 fights in 2 years in South Africa. It's
a lot.
It's a lot.
It's a lot,
It's a lot,
boxer,
especially as a female boxer. It's a lot. And then you already have international. You only have one national fight, international, and then a title fight. In between, it's a lot. And it takes a lot to a promoter to go outside the country just
And
to
find
bring,
you an
to
opponent.
find me an opponent, especially to the new weight. I was not even rated, but now I'm already on the ratings.
Talk to me a little bit about that, Bukiwe, because so often we try to motivate youngsters at home that are looking up to you. How has your career been for you now since the passing of your father? You speak about how instrumental he was for you in making you the boxer that you are today, and just what is it that kept you going? Either than Mom Joyce is saying you need to get back in the ring. What made you say,
I
get yourself together?
I hate to lose. That's my problem. I hate to lose. At some point, when you're going through something that is bringing you down, I always feel like it's like I got a punch in the ring, so I don't want to stand up. That will make me a loser. I hate to lose. So I told myself that one day, that is why I gave myself time. I told myself every day, I was talking to myself that, you know what, let's do this. Start by going for a long run or a short run. Then you go for a long run, then go step inside the gym and see how you will feel. And then obvious, the minute you put your gloves on and then the punching bag is in front of you, it's like a therapy to me. Boxing is like a therapy. I go all out. Then it gets easier every day. So I was like that.
Yeah, you do go all out in the ring. I wouldn't want to be on the other side of those punches. But Cayden, for you, primarily, I mean, when we look at your career so far, I mean, still very new, what is it that you want to see happening in terms of your boxing career? Just looking at the state of what boxing is in South Africa right now, I mean, it's not what it used to be. It's not where we had your Dingan Tobilas in the ring, and I mean, every Friday night we were all sitting up watching boxing. So where do you want to see Cayden Truter end up in terms of your boxing career?
Well, boxing in South Africa is not what it used to be, but I am glad to say that it is picking up and it's getting a lot better with the amount of shows that's being put on each year. You know, so, but boxing for me, I honestly want to go as far as I can, you know. And with Colin, we can definitely go far. We can do very well. So obviously, I wanna go international, you know, and make sure people know about South Africa and South Africa boxing.
Yeah.
And just by doing that, I know with the support of the South Africans, we're gonna definitely bring boxing back in South Africa, and it'll be like it was back in the day. So honestly, I am excited for the future, you know. So. Yeah, I can't wait.
So when you look at your career now and what you've been able to achieve, what is that one moment that really just stands out for you? And you think this is the moment that began to cement Cayden as a South African boxer?
I think it was my first fight. Well, not even. It was amateurs when I went to essays. When I won my first essays, I felt like on top of the world. This is what I want to do. And moving into professional, you know, just getting that first fight as well, getting that first knockout, that's also just a feeling that you can't explain. Everyone's like, it's a dangerous sport, and, you know, it is a dangerous sport, but it's also so rewarding, and it's therapy, you know, just like she said, it's therapy. So you just stand inside that ring. You know, it's just you and another person, so you can just go one-on-one, and you can they call it a canvas because it's an art, and it's just so beautiful. So.
And it is an art indeed. Mr. Sithole, let's speak about the plans that you have in terms of just what we're all touching on now, bringing boxing back to its glory days. What does that look like from a Boxing South Africa perspective?
Mangoba, I'm a very optimistic person. First of all, last year we signed an MOU with SABC, and we agreed that we have to bring boxing back on television officially, and we've started already. This year we're having 12 tournaments. Next year we're going to have 18 tournaments on television or more. But the third year we're planning to have 36 or more again. We've already started, I'm sure you've seen, from April, May and June. I think last week we were in Limpopo. We had a great tournament, because what we are saying to our promoters and our licensees like boxers, when you get that opportunity to be on television, just give it your all. Give us your best, because that's what the private sector, in fact, I was saying we cannot make it alone. We still need government, but we need more the private sector to invest in boxing. And I think that's my call. If we can get more funders from the private sector to inject money into boxing, definitely boxing, because sometimes, even if we are having this MOU with SAPC, but there are some production costs that must be taken into account, and knowing the status of some of the government SOEs are struggling, we therefore need the private sector. So that's what we're doing currently, engaging the private sector to invest in boxing. If we can get the private sector, 2 or 3 major companies to invest, I'm telling you, we will be able to take boxing back to where it was, back to its former glory. But we are moving so far. I'm happy with the progress we've done. We are moving.
We're moving indeed. Bukiwe, I want to wrap up this interview with you. Perhaps just talk to us about, there are people that sit at home and say, and Cayden touched on it, boxing is such a dangerous sport, but on top of that, it's a dangerous sport, and why are women boxing? What do you say to the people that say that?
Any sport is dangerous, but I think we need, or BSA need, to sit down with our managers, our trainers, whoever who's with the boxers in the gyms, because if you can check, most of the injuries we get them in the gym, not in the fight. You go to the fight already having an injury, and then it will appear as if you got injured in the fight. We know the rules as boxers: protect yourself all times. But obviously, we'll catch one punch. That one punch will make that old injury to come back. So if they are not alert, like I will tell my trainer that I can't feel my shoulder, but he will insist that I must go to the fight. Obviously, I'm scared of him. I will say, okay, let's go. Women can do the same thing that men do, but we all, as women and men, we need someone who will stand up and say, let's check boxers before they step inside the ring.
Indeed. Thank you so much, ladies and gentlemen, for joining us this morning. Cayden Truter, Bukiwe Nonina, nominated at the South African Boxing Awards, also joined here today by the acting CEO of Boxing South Africa, Mr. Erick Sithole. Those boxing awards will be taking place at eThekwini at the ICC on Friday.